Diksha, and my topic is CD-ROM. CD-ROM, the CD-ROM means a compact disk read-only memory. It is an optional storage device where data is permanently writing during manufacturing and can only be read but not modified. Data integrity problem in CD-ROM. The biggest issue with the CD-ROM is maintaining the data integrity. So that is the data is stored as the bit, which are extremely small, difficult to reproduce accurately. Small errors are acceptable in the audio video CDs, but not acceptable in the computer applications. Even minor error can corrupt programs or files. Next, why CD-ROM is read-only? CD-ROMs used in the computer applications includes error correcting capability. After manufacturing, the contents can only be read but not modified. This is why they are called read-only memory, that is ROM. CD-ROM behaves similar to the semiconductor ROM chips. Data is permanently stored. Next is the organization of the data on CD-ROM. Data on CD-ROM is stored on tracks. Tracks are divided into blocks, which are called as sectors. We can see in the slides. Many formats exists for the sector. So in that mode one, each sector has 235 bytes total. Sector structure: 16 bytes header contains synchronization and addressing information. So 2048 bytes actually stores user data and 288 bytes error correcting code. Number of our sector in a track is not fixed. Outer tracks or outer tracks have more sector than the inner track. Next is the error detection and the correction in the CD-ROM. Sorry. CD-ROM performs error detection and the correction at the more than one level. Each stored byte in encoding using a 14-bit code. So this code can be detect and correct single bit errors. Burst error, that means the error affecting the several continuous bytes, or handling using error checking bits at the end of the each sector. So next is the CD-ROM drive speeds and which speed they are in. So CD-ROM drive operates at a different ratio, rational speeds. Basic speed is the 1x, which means the 75 sector per seconds. So that the 150 kb per second data rate using the mode 1 format, the data rate becomes the 1 lakh 53,600 bytes per second. Speed rating is like 2x, 4x, and 40x, means a multiple of the base speed. So next is the why CD-ROMs are used. They provide the high storage capacity, offers fast access time, and compared to the devices like a floppy disk and the magnetic tapes. So the importance of the CD-ROM are they are widely used for storing and distributing. For example, software, databases, large text files, application programs, and finally is the video games. Next will be continued by Dhruti. Thank you.
Okay. Hello, I'm Dhruti and I'll be continuing CD recordables. So CD recordables. What is CD recordables? So a CD recordable is a type of compact disk on which users can permanently store data, and data is written using a laser that acts on an organic dye laser present inside the CD compact disk. Once data is written, it cannot be erased or modified. So which is permanently stored in the CD. So why CDR was introduced? So earlier CDs were read-only devices. This means we could only read the data. We could not add, delete, or change anything. So because of this limitation, CDR was introduced to allow user recording, such as storing files, saving files, and backing up data. And next, how normal CDs were manufactured. So first is master disk creation, which means how it created was a high power laser is used to burn tiny holes called pits on a master disk. And then mold creation, a mold is made from this master disk. In the mold the pits appear as a bumps. And third, next is final CD production, and molten polycarbonate plastic is injected into the mold, and this creates CDs with the same pit pattern, making them read only. Moving on to the next slide. Okay. So evolution from CD-ROMs to CDR. So in the late 1990s, a new type of CD was developed. So earlier CDs called CD-ROM were read only, as I told in the previous slide, and users could not write or store their own data. So to overcome this limitation, CD recordable was introduced, and CDR allow computer users to record their own data such as documents, music, and backups. So how data is written on a CDR. So first is laser writing. In a CDR drive, a laser burns tiny bits into an organic dye laser, and then critical temperature. So in critical temperature, when the laser heats a spot beyond the critical temperature, the dye changes its property, and then opaque spots. So the heated area becomes opaque, meaning which means it does not reflect much light. And then reading the data. So while reading, these opaque spots reflect less light than normal areas, and the CD drive detects these light variations. And then last one is data interpretation, which means these differences in the reflected area are interpreted as binary data like zeros and ones. And then moving on to the next slide. Okay, CDRW, which is compact disk rewritable. So now the slides explain CDRW, which is a rewritable type of compact disk. CDRWs are CDs that can be written, erased, and rewritten many a times. And because of this, there are the most flexible type of CD compared to CD-ROM and CDR. So how CDRW is different from CDR? So CDR uses an organic dye laser. Once the dye is burned by a laser, the data becomes permanent. And CDRW, instead of dye, uses a special alloy. Alloys like silver, indium, antimony, and tellurium. And then special behavior of the alloy. So it is very, very important part in this process. So first one is amorphous state. So when the alloy is heated above 500 degrees Celsius, it becomes amorphous. Means no amorphous in the sense no fixed structure. So it absorbs light, and then it looks dark and less reflective, which is it is less reflective, and this represents written data. And then crystalline state. Second one is the crystalline state. First is the amorphous state. So second, crystalline state. When the alloy is heated to around 200 degrees Celsius and cooled slowly, it changes to a crystalline state, and this process is called as annealing. And in this state, the alloy is more reflective, and this represents erased data. And then why CDRW is rewritable? So why it is rewritable? Because the alloy can switch between amorphous and crystalline states. This change in light reflection is used to write data, erase data, rewrite data multiple times, as I said earlier. So then moving on to the next slide. Next slide. Okay. Writing data. When the special alloy layer is heated above its melting point using a high power laser, the alloy becomes amorphous. These amorphous areas have low reflectivity, behave like pits. These pits represent stored data like in binaries, zeros and ones. And then erasing data. So to erase data, the alloy is heated to a lower temperature, like around 200 degrees Celsius maybe, and this returns the alloy to the crystalline state. And this in this state, previous bits are removed and the surfaces become uniform and reflective again. This process erases the old data completely. So and then third is reading data. So while reading a CDRW, a reflective material beneath the means bottom the alloy helps reflect light. and the laser checks areas that reflect more light, areas that reflect less light too, and these light differences are interrupt as digital data. And then lower laser powers used in CDRW, it is very important because the laser powers which is used in CDRW is good and all. So a CDRW drive uses three different laser power layers levels. So first one is high power, second is medium power, third is low power. First is high power. So it is used to write data like creating pits or maybe like amorphous state. And second is medium pits, it is used to erase data, which is called as annealing and crystalline state. And third is lower power, which is used to read data. And interface supported in CDRW are EIDE, SCSI, USB. Okay, and then moving on to the next slide. Okay, advantages. So first advantages of CDR or CDRW is low cost storage medium. So means CDs are cheap and easily available, and these provide a cost effective way to store and share data between devices, and good for archival storage. Like CDs are suitable for long term storage of data such as databases, photos, and backups. Once written, data remains stable for a long time if stored properly. And the third point is useful for low volume information distribution, means ideal for distributing small to medium amounts of data. Like examples is software demos and study materials, reports, and documents. And the fourth point is fast enough for daily backups. Like modern CDRW drives have good writing speeds. They are fast enough for daily hard disk backups of important files. And last point is better features at slightly higher cost. Means CDRW offers better features than CDR, but like re-rating capabilities and erasing data. This comes at only a slightly higher cost, but it is somewhat slightly expensive than that, so making it more flexible and all. And thank you. Next slide will be continued by Ananya.
Hello everyone, I am Ananya. Today I'll be doing DVD technologies. Coming to introduction, DVD stands for Digital Versatile Disc. It was developed to provide great storage capacity than CDs. The first DVD standard was introduced in the year of 1996. The main objective of DVD technology was to store a full-length movie on one side of the disc. Even though the DVD storage is more than the physical size of the same as CDs, with a diameter of 120 mm and thickness of 1.2 mm. Moving on to the next slide. So design and improvements over CDs. So why you what for what purpose it is used means DVD can store more data because of design improved over CDs. DVD uses a red laser of wavelength 635 nanometers instead of the infrared laser used in CDs. The shorter the wavelength allows more precious and perceived focusing of the laser. DVD also have a smaller pits with a minimum length of zero point 0.4 micron, and the tracks are placed closer together with a spacing of 0.74 micron. Due to this improvements, a single layer DVD can store about 4.7 GB data in it. Moving on to the next slide. So coming to DVD types and their structure. So DVD are classified into different types as based on the structure. First is single layer single sided disc, also called as DVD5. It is structured in a similar to a CD and it has a capacity of 4.7 GB. Second is double layer single sided disc called as DVD9. It has two layers of tracks placed on top of each other. The first layer uses a translucent semi reflectable material, and the laser can focus on either layer to read data. Its total capacity is about 8.5 GB. Then we have double-sided disc where two single-sided discs are bonded together like a sandwich. It is also known as DVD10, which has a single on both the sides, with a capacity of 9.4 GB. And DVD18 has a double layer on both sides with 17 GB capacity in it. Moving on to the next slide. DVD access and performance. DVD drives operate in a similar way to CD. However, DVDs can read data faster. This is because DVD have high data density and the disk pins in a faster way. Because of this, DVD allows quicker loading of videos, software, and games. Many advantages of the DVD are it supports high data transfer compared to CD. So moving on to the next slide. Coming to DVD RAM, which is also known as rewritable DVD. So it is a version of DVD. It offers large storage capacity and allows data to be written in multiple times. However, DVD RAM has some of the disadvantages such as higher cost and slow writing speed. DVD RAMs uses writing version where the drive reads the storage content and compares it with the original data to ensure the correct data reading. Thank you. Next slide will be continued by Diksha.
Good evening. I'm Diksha, and I will be continuing magnetic tape system. Magnetic tapes are used for offline storage of large amount of data. They store data when it doesn't need to be accessed frequently. They are mainly used to keep huge data for a long period, commonly used for backup and archival storage. And data is stored on a thin plastic tape coated with magnetic material. It contains 7 or 9 bits or recorded in parallel across the tape. Means each character is stored as 7 or 9 bits at the same time, side by side, and it contains smallest unit of data 0 or 1. Parallel recordings like bits stored across the width of the tape together. It uses separate to read or write heads for each bit position. Each bit line has its own tiny head to read or write that bit while the tape moves. And next slide. Data organization on magnetic tape. This diagram shows how data is arranged physically. It contains record. A record is one block of data. Many records form a file. Record gap, it means a small empty space separating two records. This help the drive detect where one record ends and the next begins. And here is the file. A file is a group of related records kept together on the tape. Next, file mark, a special mark that tells the tape drive that a file has ended. And it contains file gap, a larger gap placed between two files. It separates big chunks of data. And here is the 7 or 9 bits. It shows that each character is stored as 7 or 9 parallel bits. Next slide. Tape drive operations. These are the actions a tape controller performs. Rewind type, rewind plus unload tape, and erase tape, write tape mark, forward space 1 record, and it has a backspace 1 record, and a forward space 1 file, backspace on 1 file, and it moves back to the previous file. This operation help navigate and manage large tape data. Next slide. Tape formatting methods. It contains two methods: variable length records and fixed length records. In variable length records, it saves tape space because records are stored only as long as needed. It doesn't allow updating data in place. You must rewrite the entire tape if needed. And here is the fixed length record. In every record as the same size. It allows updating records directly, not commonly used because modern tape usage is mostly backup where record size doesn't matter much. Next slide. Cartridge tape system. This is a more modern tape version, usually packed in a small cassette, used for backup of online disk storage. It is common in servers and data centers. For example, 8mm video format tape. It looks like a small video cassette. The capacity is 2 to 5 GB per cartridge, and the transfer speed is 100 of kilobytes per second. It uses helical scan for reading and writing. The bit density is 10 of millions of bits per square inch. It uses some systems load or unload tapes automatically. Thank you.